Hello my darlings, I hope you're doing very well. I hope you are sitting comfortably, you are cozy, and you have your snacks and your beverages at the ready. Oh boy, do I have a video for you. I think this might be the wildest story I ever cover when it comes to tattoo related things. Last night when I was putting my notes together for this, I was at it for hours, by the way, like literally hours. So I have a feeling that this video will be longer than my will to live. So I'm going to give you a little bit of context so you know what you're getting in for. A woman from Australia has taken to TikTok to tell the story of how she was taken advantage of by a tattoo artist that she had admired for many years. And of course, not shockingly, she's not the only person that has been affected by this tattoo artist. This tattoo artist has a terrible reputation and is a professional grifter, and unfortunately she fell for his spell, I guess. I don't know what else to say, but it's a lot. I know I say that in quite a few videos, but no, trust me, this one is a lot. So sit down, get comfortable, and join me on this wild ride. Okay, so this all starts off with a woman named Mariah who come to TikTok to document the fact that she got scammed by her tattoo idol. So in part one, there is quite a few parts to this story, that's why this video is going to be so long. But in part one, the caption to her TikTok says, part one of how I, a total idiot, got scammed by my tattoo idol. You won't believe how this unfolded. Follow for the tea. So Mariah starts off by saying that she has been a long-time follower and fan of a certain tattoo artist, and I need to stress that this then equates to a pretty uneven power dynamic. Mariah is a big fan, and when people are big fans of someone, they are sometimes willing to do anything for these people, and that's how I believe Mariah has ended up in the situation that she did end up in. Anyway, this tattoo artist just happened to end up liking a lot of Mariah's content on Instagram.
On the 16th of May, I was out drinking with some colleagues, and I was a little bit drunk and on the toilet and just went on Instagram, and I had a bunch of notifications. A tattoo artist that I had followed for like a decade was liking so many of my photos and videos, and I was like, the fuck, dude, what? Anyway, so I messaged him and I drunkenly was like, excuse me sir, but I have followed you for ages. I am like a hardcore groupie fan. The fuck are you doing on my profile? Anyways, we flirted and laughed and what have you, and the next day we carried on talking. And we exchanged phone numbers, and we were on the phone, and we were chatting. And he told me about his like life, how he started in tattooing, and so on.
I mean, it's two consenting adults, so whatever, you do you, boo. However, I find it incredibly odd that a tattoo artist would behave this way, especially on a business account. You know, if it was on like a private account or what have you, or their personal account, it's not so weird, but doing it from a business account, already red flags, you know. Mariah then talks about the fact that she has a tattoo on her thigh that she wants to get rid of, and then she wants matching tattoos on each thigh, so it's like a large scale piece kind of deal, which is a pretty cool idea in my opinion.
I have a massive thigh tattoo that I'm trying to get removed at the moment, but it's been put on hold because my laser clinic, something's wrong and they've had to put all of their appointments on hold or something like that. I kind of have a style, like a design kind of idea, concept, but I haven't perfected it, what I want to get on my legs. It's nothing, like it's not your style, it's not what you tattoo, so yeah. And he was like, send it to me, I want to see it. So I did. I sent it to him, this photo. And he was like, I want to do that. That's totally something that I would do. And I was like, oh, that's not actually what I want. It's just like the shape of how I want it, kind of a little idea, if you would. And he was like, yeah, no, I would definitely redraw it. It's not, can't tattoo that, but like I would love to do something like that. And I was like, oh yeah, I can't afford you, man. Yeah, I can't afford you, you're too expensive for me. And he said, I have a tattoo competition at the moment, you should enter it and I'll just give you the win.
Ooh, what in the hell? Oh my goodness. How are you going to hold a competition and have however many people enter, then to just promise it all to one woman who you've not even really been talking to for 24 hours? Like, again, it's giving very odd vibes. And this is the work of a grifter, okay? This tattoo artist has essentially just thrown out his fishing rod, hooked her in, and is reeling her in with these kind of promises. Like, there is very, very shady work going on here. This is also incredibly illegal in Australia, and I would imagine in most countries to do something like this, you know. There's this law that says, under section 18 of the Australian consumer law, a person must not in trade or commerce engage in conduct that is misleading or deceptive or is likely to mislead or deceive. Therefore, particular care must be taken in advertising a promotion to ensure you are not misleading consumers. And then it says, unfair practices. The ACL prohibits businesses from engaging in unfair practices in relation to competitions. This includes falsely representing the chances of winning a prize, failing to award a prize as promised, or imposing unreasonable conditions on claiming a prize. So this tattoo artist is essentially breaking the law. Like, he's basically holding a competition for someone to win a tattoo session, but he's out here promising it to one person. Like, that is very, very deceiving, right? Like, it's not good. So yikes on that part. And then Mariah drops this bombshell.
Now I need to say here, he is in Adelaide and I am in Perth. And it took some convincing on his half for me to enter the competition. And I did. And of course I won and acted all surprised and did all the things. And then I went to go book some tickets to go to Adelaide. I found babysitting for Bodhi. I came across all the drama, all the things. He started talking about his life and how he'd been to prison and everything, and gave me his story of what happened and everything. And I mean, I've been through domestic violence, so I was dubious. I did not want to go to a state that I had never been before and know no one.
I mean, from what we've heard from Mariah already, alluding to allegations of this tattoo artist being someone who's involved in abusive behaviour is not the most shocking thing she could have said. Like, let's be serious. Like, are we shocked? Are we surprised? Not in any means. So to do everyone a solid, I'm going to talk about the tattoo artist now. Mariah didn't reveal who the tattoo artist was until much later within her storytime TikTok part series. I don't know what to call it. But I thought I would just jump ahead and reveal who it is now so we can get way more context as to who this tattoo artist is, so we can, you know, kind of put ourselves in Mariah's shoes, right? So like I was saying earlier, this tattoo artist does have a very terrible reputation throughout the Australia area. I know Australia's a massive country, but this tattoo artist does travel and do guest spots here and there. So he gets about in Australia. And I also wanted to do this video just to make everyone aware. You know I do have an audience in Australia. So yeah, if you are living in Australia, wherever it may be, just be aware of this tattoo artist, okay? So the tattoo artist in question's name is Keegan Sweeney. And as you can see here from his Instagram page, he does travel a lot throughout Australia. You got Perth, Adelaide, Melbourne, and Ballarat. He mainly does do large scale black work, geometric, intricate pattern, mandala kind of work, like big back pieces, bodysuits, leg pieces. We're just going to take a quick look at some of Keegan's history and his reputation and some allegations against him. I just want to say I come across this stuff after I had written my notes and filmed this video. I knew that Keegan had a pretty bad reputation from reading some of the comments on Mariah's TikToks here and there, but I didn't know it was this bad. So there's this post on Facebook that says trigger warning, graphic violence, photos, mentions of domestic violence, rape and abuse, etc. So this is your content warning. I will put a timestamp on screen now of where you should skip to if you don't want to listen to this kind of thing, which I fully understand. I will not be showing the photos of the graphic violence because they are graphic and I feel like it's just not my place to share that kind of thing. But I've seen them. I can confirm that Keegan has for sure been violent towards someone. I've literally not seen anything that horrific in a very long time. It's very disturbing. So this post says, Adelaide, Keegan Sweeney, do not give him business, do not support him. He is a serial wife beater, stalker, immense creep and aggressor. He is dangerous. Just thought I'd make sure to post this here so everyone here is also aware of who this is and what he is capable of. He's a tattoo artist in Adelaide. I personally know him from Seven Mirrors in Lesnick. I'm not sure how you say that, apologies. However, I don't know all the details of any other studios in which he works at and or has worked at. And then it says update, here's a link to a new post with more information on him from an account that is outing the offenders in the tattoo industry in Australia. I did click on this link and it's dead, which is understandable. This post is kind of old now. So then there is some screenshots. This is a message between Keegan and a woman who he punched, who I believe is or was his partner at the time. His partner at the time said, "You broke my fucking nose." Keegan replied saying, "I love you and am concerned for your mental health." Keegan's partner at the time says, "You're cooked." And then there is a picture which I've blurred out of Keegan's partner at the time and what her face looks like, you know, a few hours after being punched in the face by Keegan. And again, it's very, very graphic. It is not nice at all. And the fact that Keegan was just like, "I love you, I'm concerned for your mental health." I mean, you've just punched your other half's face in. Like, what the oh god, this is just so enraging. Another screenshot of someone talking about Keegan saying, "He flirted with me for months, begged for nudes, suggested relationships, and this was after I paid a tattoo deposit. Then I met him at Unify and he acted so cold and just started ignoring me. Told me that you were being really rude, but I obviously didn't know what was actually going on. Then I cancelled the tattoo because it was obviously disgusting behaviour and he refused to pay me back my deposit. He has also treated Name really horribly as well." Another screenshot of a message that says, "Hey, we don't know each other, but I experienced abuse from Keegan too, and I have a folder of receipts from when he attacked me for calling out his friend for raping me." Another screenshot of a message that says, "I remember when I got my first tattoo years ago at Lampin Inc. He got fired in between one of my sessions with another artist for taking girls' numbers out of the phone book and trying to contact them, harass them, or something to that effect. Regardless of that, your messages and story have been incredibly powerful and thank you for putting it out there. Behaviour like this must be called out. You're obviously an incredible, resilient, strong woman. I wish you nothing but the best." Then there is another screenshot of a message. "Keegan is a friend of my ex, the father of my child, who is currently in jail for breaching his intervention order against me. Your story gives me strength to keep pursuing my stance against his abuse. He is a true narcissist and has convinced me that me drinking wine every evening is a reason that I can't stand up for myself, and that episodes like your own where he headbutted me and fractured my nose will result in me looking bad to authorities. If I report it because I was drinking and that makes me a bad mother to our child, I know that is not okay and that I should have the strength that you have had to stand up to his bullshit. I'm so proud of you, Name." There is possibly many more victims. Again, the Instagram page that had a lot of this information is no longer around. Even when I search it, I can't find it. I think it must have been deleted. But yeah, this just kind of shows how terrifying this man is and the way he is willing to just do just about anything to a human, you know. Yeah, he's not a nice man, to put it politely. He did a interview article kind of thing with this webpage called Disrupt, and it is very, very enlightening. And the way he kind of just owns up to what he does is, I don't know, it's just like some abusers are very much like, "Yeah, no, I never did that, I didn't do that, no, this is all false." But Keegan's like, "Oh yeah, no, I did that." And it's, I don't know. I mean, fair enough for owning up to it, like, that's rare. It's the way he said, okay, let's just look into it, okay? So this article website title thing, is how this Australian tattoo artist is radically disrupting the tattoo industry after a prison wake-up call. Yes, Keegan has been to prison. So the intro for this says, experiencing positive change while imprisoned is possible. However, it takes a tremendous amount of drive, tenacity, and grit. Those who successfully stop engaging in destructive behaviours after their release eventually stop trying to escape and suppress their misery, and instead dive headfirst into deepening their understanding of their trauma to turn their entire life around. Owner of Seven Mirrors Tattoo Studio in Adelaide, Australia, Keegan Sweeney spent his entire school years being labelled as a problem child. Despite having a difficult upbringing, he found success as a businessman in adulthood, earning multiple six figures a year as Seven Mirrors. However, during this time, his poor judgment led him to make a fateful and costly decision that severely damaged his reputation as a business owner. Now Keegan helps tattoo artists in managing their emotions, transform their mindset, and grow their businesses as a certified and accredited life coach. We met with Keegan to learn more about his inspiring story and how he came to find deep importance and meaning in the work he does today. I will leave a link down below to this full article because I'm only going to read snippets here and there of what I feel like is relevant to this story. So there's this one question he got asked that is, sounds like you still had a lot of unprocessed trauma. How did your inability to manage your stress and control your emotions affect you in your adult years? Not long after opening Seven Mirrors, I met a girl on one of my tattoo trips. We were together for some years and we got engaged. Although things could feel a bit turbulent on the inside, on the outside life couldn't have looked any better. I had everything I wanted and more. After a few years of success, I let my ego take over and I ended up self-sabotaging a great relationship. Spoiler alert, his ego is still massive. Not long after we split, I put on a bravado to mask how I was really feeling. I soon met a new partner and attracted exactly what I was putting out, and we both realised we had so much unresolved trauma that caused us to constantly clash. The relationship's toxicity worsened, and in one of our heated arguments, I did something that changed my life forever. I punched her in the face. This was the lowest point in my life. I had finally reached the point where I was completely out of control and I couldn't even begin to explain to you the shame, remorse and disgust I have for myself for what I did. A picture of me was posted online and within the hour, tens of thousands of people shared my photos saying what a monster I was. The allegations doubled, then tripled and just got way out of hand. My sponsors dropped me and almost everyone I knew in the tattoo world had abandoned me. Oh dear. If it isn't the consequences of your actions, I don't feel sorry for you. If anyone feels sorry for you, then what the fuck? Ew. Content and trigger warning. The next bit has mentions of suicide. Please skip to the timestamp on the screen right now if you don't want to watch or listen to that. This must have been a pivotal turning point for you. What made you decide to turn your life around after imprisonment? My reputation, life and career in tattooing were ruined overnight. Tattooing had become my identity. All my self-worth was attached to it and now it was gone. I wanted to die. I didn't want to feel pain. I didn't want to feel anything. I just didn't want to be here anymore. I had started drinking 2 bottles of wine a night and taking prescription medications to numb the pain. One night I grabbed a handful of pills and downed them with the second bottle of red wine I was drinking. I got in my car and drove to a local beach. My plan was to wait for all the meds to kick in and get in the water, knowing I'd pass out, drown and die. I woke up a few hours later, throwing up on the sand. I had passed out before I got to the water, and for some reason I thought about my family and how that would have impacted them. It was right here that I knew that something needed to change. I started by pleading guilty to assault and was sent to prison. I used my time in prison to reflect on what I wanted to change about myself. I trained twice a day and would talk with other inmates and try to help them in any way I could. Helping them felt good, and it planted a seed that I knew deep down would turn into something much bigger. He then goes on to talk about his life coaching abilities and helping people. He's very, very loud about the fact that he's out here, he's helping people, encouraging people to do better and all of this stuff, right? And in this article, he kind of preaches that he's a changed person. But when we look back now at Mariah's story, you'll see he's not a changed person whatsoever.
So I said, how about I pay for your flights to Perth? I have a spare room. my son's still going away. You could come here instead. So that's what I did. I sent him money to pay for flights and everything. And he booked his flights and he's coming here.
Now, I know what you're all thinking. You're all thinking, oh my God, Mariah, no. Baby, what are you doing? What the hell is wrong with you? I know, trust me, my first instincts before I got more context on who this tattoo artist is, I was thinking the same thing. I'm not gonna lie, okay? However, we have to remember, like I've said, this is a tattoo artist that Mariah has admired for many, many years. It's very, very easy to get wrapped up in all of that, you know, starstruck, like, oh my God, my favorite artist is talking to me. Like, how many of you would fold if Pedro Pascal started acting a fool around you? Let's be serious, right? Like, come on. I, of course, do not encourage any of you do this kind of thing. This is definitely not something I would advise. If someone come to me and said, hey, I won a competition with a tattoo artist I really, really like, but he has a history of being abusive, like, what should I do? I would tell you to run. I would tell you to block this tattoo artist. I would tell you just to forget that they ever exist, okay? However, for whatever reason, Mariah did fall for Keegan's sparkle. Again, Keegan is a massive grifter. He's a scam artist. So those types of people do have the gift of the gab, you know, like.
We continued talking, and the more I talked to him, the more I realized he's kind of a dick. Not kind of, like, he's a fucking dick. But I'm the kind of person that gets along with everyone, and it's just for a weekend, right? Like, I can do that. I like other things about him, just, you know, his politics and the way he thinks people should be. And the fact that, like, he'll say that I am not good at communicating because I can't understand him, and I don't listen to him when I don't agree with him. Okay? To me, that is his form of communication is, I am the be-all and end-all dictator, and you will agree. And if you don't agree, you are wrong, and you are negative, and you are not able to be part of my life. And I'm just like, okay, I should not. I should have just bailed out, right? Like, I know that. I knew that the entire time, but, you know, I'm an idiot.
So, would you like the real, authentic, down-to-the-core, honest answer? Because often people don't. I mean, I reckon 99% of the people on the planet don't speak their authentic self, but I can give you that answer, or I can just tell you some sort of thing. Stumbled across and like some photos for some reason or whatever. But I can explain if you're really wanting to. It'll probably be a little bit long-winded, but it's the truth. It'll come across creepy and weird, but I'm a weird guy, so there's that. I love the groupie level fan. Like, you understand the tiers of the following that I would have. Jesus. Well, I'm glad you're at the top of the list then. And before I actually do tell you if that's what you want, which I'm thinking you're going to say yes to that, is I can't believe you've actually gone under my radar of not, because I did look at who you follow and stuff like that, just to see where you're about, what you're about, if I know people you know, or if where you're from or something. Just a bit of a mini stalk, you know. As also a groupie level fan of yours now. I didn't get too far into finding out where that was, so I didn't do my investigative work that well, but I did see that you followed my old page, so you followed me for a while. That's a good 5 years at least.
Oh boy, okay. Okay. Breathe. Breathe. Yeah, okay. Okay.
2 days ago, he shared an inspirational quote from Andrew Tate. And my heart sunk. I was like, no, the fuck? You're coming here in like 3 days and this is what you support that? No. Whatever. We'll keep talking about art. We can get along here.
Ah, yes. There it is. Who's shocked at this bombshell? Like I said earlier, Keegan puts out this persona of he's a changed man. He's so much better now. Prison really changed him. He's reformed. Anyone who supports or follows Andrew Tate and the crap he spews is not a good person. And I will die on that hill. There is nothing you can say to change my mind on that. I detest Andrew Tate more than pineapple, and I fucking hate pineapple. No, but on a real, idolising that naked mole rat is such a red flag. I personally refuse to associate myself with anyone that likes Andrew Tate or men like him. This goes for tattoo artists. I would never, ever, ever in my whole entire life get tattooed by someone who loves Andrew Tate. Like, that is quite literally one of my worst nightmares. Having someone that idolises the crap that Andrew Tate speaks. Having their artwork on my body. Ew. Oh my God. He's a horrible human. And again, I will die on that hill. Looking through Keegan's Instagram page, oh my goodness. It is just a massive red flag. It gives off major incel podcast bro. Like, some of these quotes are so embarrassing, so cheesy, so corny. Like, God. How do people that act like this not see just how... Ooh, anyway, different strokes for different folks, I guess. I don't know.
And today he sends me the mock-up of what he did. So, these are all the mock-ups that I've sent him, plus the inspirational kind of other tattoos that I really like that I would love to have on me. So this is like tattoos that inspire me that I really like. These are the mock-ups that I did. This is the thing that I settled on and I really love. And at the time, he really liked all of that, right? He thought that was amazing. Really excited to do that. Made it out like he understood where I was coming from. And then today he sends me this. And I've gone, absolutely not. No. I understand that it's just the line work, okay? The shading will come afterwards. He said something about shading around the outside and the inside of the lines. No, that's not it. It's not it. And I said that. I said, that's way too fucking busy. I don't like that at all. Like, that's not, like, anything I sent you is so busy.
Now, to me, they kind of look the same. There's just a lack of heavy black work, and the sketch does seem to have more leaves and what have you, but I feel like once this tattoo had been blacked out in the way that she wanted, the vision would have come to life. I don't know if it's because I look at tattoo designs all the time. I've been tattooed a lot. I myself have a black work, sleeves. But I myself have a black work tattoo that started off with just line work. Like, it's a process. It takes a while to see the end results. Like, you have to trust the process kind of thing. I feel like the issue here is it is just a little bit too busy. Like she said, there's too many leaves. That is a very, very easy fix for a tattoo artist or artist to just go in there, change some of the leaves, and bing bang bong, you're done. Then Mariah shares a voice note from Keegan kind of explaining his method behind the madness of his design. She did put a filter on this voice note, I guess to disguise his voice, and she did speed it up quite a bit, so within editing I'm gonna slow it down, but that's why it sounds a little bit odd, just clarifying.
He just tried to gaslight the shit out of me. This is what he said.
To be honest with this, it's probably going to take... I don't even know if we'd get it done this round of me coming there then. Only because I feel like I am experienced. I don't even feel I know. I'm experienced enough to know the kind of clientele that just have trust in the process and the outcome. And the ones that are really, 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 really particular in their own right, which is fine. But those ones take a lot of time. Like a lot of time. Now in the past, just so you're aware, I charge for all that time. Which I won't do with you. At all. At all. But I would literally sometimes charge people a full day rate just to sit through and talk about, planned out, in person, go over this, do this. Sometimes 3 days of that. I charge them a full day rate, $1,600 each time, just to go through that process to get it to where they want. If that's what they want to do.
Okay, I don't know how I missed that part while I was like writing my notes, filming and all of that, right? The fact that he charges $1,600, 1,600 Australian dollars to do essentially a consultation. Are you taking the piss? What the are you? Oh my god. This is like bloody tattoo gate. Fucking hell.
Because as much as you write all these things, I can write equally why the composition and why everything works exactly with the body and why everything is what it is. I can also tell you why the things you're saying actually don't apply and work with the body. Especially being dark, like, you have things envisioned in your mind of how you see them dark, but what you've created doesn't work in tattooing. It will look trash. In conceptualized on a screen, it can look okay, but I need longevity and proper composition for the body and skin. Skin is the main factor. It's the hardest thing for people to understand with art. There's art and there's tattooing. Because we're working with skin as a medium, it changes so dramatically. So this is why I left this so late, because I knew that this is probably what was going to happen. So what's best is, on the days that we were going to tattoo, we just sit down and we just print stuff out and put it on your body and like I show you and we sort of plan and understand, and then I talk you through and understand why with the actual process of tattooing, like what with the needle going in the skin with certain inks and why, and over time what that will look like and why we do things a certain way. And so there's so many factors there for someone of your caliber that is so picky in a good way, I'll say. So all good. Yeah. Because you said things like I want more movement and softness. This actually has more movement and softness than anything you've given me. So that's where it's this communication barrier between like understanding what's in the human mind and how to express it. And veteran artists know their language, and a client that's quite particular doesn't necessarily, and therefore that conflicts because the communication is on two different levels of how to understand it. So yeah, all gravy. We can go over it heaps together. It's probably the best. That's why I sent it so last minute. But we'll go over it all together. We'll plan it out. We'll get it fucking Mickey Mouse for the way that you want it. It'll just take time because yeah, it really will take time. But as long as the outcome is the outcome, you know, we want the best outcome possible.
The thing here is Mariah wants less, which would make the tattoo better, right? So there's not so many leaves crammed in there. It would be a lot more easier to read and it would last a lot longer, because with tattoos, less is more when it comes to longevity of a tattoo. He really is doing a little bit too much here for me. The way he speaks is so gross and mansplainy, which he does have a history of. He does it a lot. Spoiler alert for this video.
All I said was, that's not the right shape. It's too busy. It's too fucking busy. Like, what is with all those leaves? I don't like it. Yeah, well, that's his expert level communication style. Anyways, it's the next day. I went to sleep and I woke up and it's the next day. I get to pick him up from the airport today. Yay! Have I cried over this? Yes. Do I understand that it's my fault? Yes. Do I feel like a big fat idiot? Oh, yes. Is he going to tattoo me? Most likely not. Unless some magical fucking thing happens and he stops listening to the voice inside of his head and listens to somebody else, aka me, when it's my fucking skin. Yeah.
This is always the war between tattoo artists and clients, and I get both sides. I get the client side because yes, it is your body, it is your skin, you should be allowed to have whichever tattoo you want and it should look however you want. Like, I get that for sure. But I also get the tattoo artist side as well, the professionals who know a lot about tattooing and the way tattoos look when they're healed and what have you. A good professional tattoo artist should be able to advise the clients and say, hey, if we do this, it's not going to heal right, it's not going to look right. And it's not because they want to control what is going on your body, and it's not because they're being stubborn or rude or mean. It's basically them looking out for you and them wanting to give you the best tattoo you most possibly can that is going to last you for the whole of your life and look as good as it most possibly can for as long as it most possibly can. But in this case, Keegan's way is incredibly weird because Mariah just wants less, which makes a good tattoo. That is like a tattoo artist's dream. So I don't know why Keegan's out here wanting to do more. It's very odd. So we now head over to part 2 of this saga. Mariah uploaded a TikTok saying, part 2, the moment it all started, picked him up from the airport thinking I just won the opportunity of a lifetime. I had no idea what was coming.
So I'm just getting ready to go pick him up from the airport, and I've been looking at this fucking design that he drew up. It's not even a peony. It's a fucking chrysanthemum, or however you say it, with rose leaves. I legit have the exact same flower on my forearm. And it's a chrysanthemum. It's my son's birth flower. It's a Mother's Day flower. It's not a fucking rose.
Now, this is where I'm confused because, like, what flower do you want, babe? You say rose in this clip here.
Busy, like, what is with all those leaves? I don't like it.
The design looks like a peony to someone that has multiple peony tattoos, okay? It's definitely not a chrysanthemum. I have a chrysanthemum tattoo as well myself. I feel like she wants a rose or a peony. She wanted, I don't know, like, I don't know what she wanted. I don't even know if she knows what she wants. Even though she'd sent over like an array of inspiration photos to Keegan. God, this whole thing is such a hot mess.
This man idolizes AI. He doesn't stop talking about how fantastic AI is. Now, I think AI is a fantastic tool. I tell my students AI is a fantastic tool. However, once you start using AI as your brain, you start to lose your fucking brain. What once was an amazing artist, I believe, has turned into an AI robot, mindless soldier.
Oh my god, not the AI. This story just gets worse and worse and worse. Like, this video will be a gazillion years long if I was to sit here and talk about all the problems with AI, especially within the art world. Like, that's like a place AI should not belong, and I will die on that hill. If you cannot draw your own stuff, get out. Get out of the tattoo industry. You are called a tattoo artist. The name is in the job title, artist, not AI artist. That's not even a thing because you're just typing. You're typing, ooh, draw me a little red rose. Like, that doesn't make you an artist. AI within the tattoo world is a massive no-no. It's just so incredibly lazy to profit off of art you didn't create. You're using other people's artwork that was fed into this machine without their permission to create. Like, oh my, I could be here for hours ranting about just how terrible AI is within the art world, and it's just bad for the environment. Like, we should be using it for helpful tools so that people can have time to create things. You know, there's this saying, something along the lines of, I'd rather AI do the boring stuff so I can do the fun stuff like creating art, right? Something like that anyway. But looking through Keegan's Facebook page, it's very obvious that he is a fan of AI. He's got this creepy ass photo of him and a dog. Oh god, it's so embarrassing. Like, you're an artist and you're relying on a machine to do your job for you. Like, as an artist, surely you could easily do this portrait yourself. I could do a portrait of myself very, very easily on Procreate. Like, and I'm not someone that spent my whole life drawing. It's just so fucking lazy. Again, I will die on that hill. You do not need AI to create things for you. If you can't create them yourselves, then hire an artist to do it for you. Support independent artists. But the fact that this is an actual artist doing this behaviour, oh my god, I can't. It's going to stress me out. I'm done. Mariah then talked about how things went once she had collected Keegan from the airport.
So I picked him up from the airport and it was awkward. Tried really hard to be extra pleasant. Came home, he spent a lot of time on his phone and computer, what have you. Fine, he was working. Kind of got ready to go out, walked around my house, didn't really talk to him much. And then finally, we went out. The cab ride, again, he was on his phone, literally talking voice memos to his phone, what have you. We were out, it was so boring. Any conversation we had, he took a chance to mansplain to me. I try to talk to him about my family, and so I'm not Indian, but pretty much everyone in my family is. And I try to tell him about a little cultural thing in Indian culture that I find is a little bit of an interesting fact. And he goes, no, that's not true. I've been to India, that's not true. And I'm like, okay, cool, you've been for a week, it's been my entire life. Cool, good job. He mansplained to me how I should be raising my kid. He mansplained to me how I should deal with my son's father. He just mansplained everything.
Oh my god. I mean, it's one thing to mansplain tattoos, but to get right up in there with someone that you haven't really been talking to that long, this isn't a lifelong friend, and even then it's iffy if you get, mansplained about parenting from someone in your life. Just, you shouldn't mansplain parenting to anyone, let's be serious, all right? Even if you have known them for a very long time, but to not know this person for a very long time and then to mansplain parenting, it's wild. Shut the hell up. What gives you the right? Oh my goodness. Can this red flag get any bigger? So as this video is going to be incredibly long, to make things a little bit shorter right now, Mariah kind of goes into a story about how her and Keegan kind of got into a little bit of a dispute on where to go as the night was winding down. Keegan was adamant that he wanted to go to a casino, but Mariah really wasn't in the mood for that.
Anyways, he went to the house and I went back to varsity, caught up with my sister and went home and had the best time of the night in the back of an Uber, chatting shit with my sister, having a great time. And now I'm at home and I'm in bed and the back door open for him and he can come home and sleep in the spare bed whenever the fuck he feels like it.
Which is wild to me, because why would you abandon the person who is hosting you? The person that has been incredibly kind and sweet, paid for your flights and, is letting you stay in their house. Why would you want to leave that person? It's very, very odd to me personally. But you know what? Okay, fuck off, goodbye. So this is when the story starts to really unravel. Oh yeah, you thought the majority of the tea has been spilt thus far? Oh no, honey, we're just getting started. We are just getting started. So Mariah uploaded a TikTok that says part 3, and this is where the drama begins. The red flags, waving. The energy, off. The regret, setting in. You've heard the intro, now buckle up, this story's just heating up, and yes, the receipts are coming. So Mariah talks about how things went the next day.
Anyways, he got up finally around 1 o'clock and migrated to the couch, and I sat down next to him. I made him a coffee, I got him some cinnamon scrolls. I tried to talk to him, but he was on his phone and his iPad. He just had no interest in talking to me at all. And that was like that pretty much all day. I got so bored that I ended up going and painting my mirror. And I was like, why the fuck am I missing my son? Why is he here? He's not tattooing me. He's not even talking to me. Why the fuck did I pay for his flights? Not for the company, because he ain't no company. And not for a free tattoo. What the fuck? You're not even, what is going on here? So I said to him, I'm going to pick up my son tonight. I really miss him and I want him home. And he goes, oh yeah, cool. And I was like, I've got to go and pick him up. It's about an hour away. Would you like to come? And he goes, yeah, I'll come for a drive. And he spoke to me for all of 5 minutes. And then I was like, cool. I had to call mum. So I was like, I'm just going to call mum and then we'll go. So I went and I spoke to mum, and then I came this for 20 minutes. I spoke to mum. Then I came out and I was like, okay, let's hit it. Let's go. And he's like, oh yeah, I just need to get changed. And I was like, it's late. At this stage, it was 6 o'clock. Like, it takes an hour to get there. We were also going to go eat before we got Bodhi. Anyways, we didn't leave the house until 6:30 because he took that long to get dressed. And the entire drive out to where my son was staying, he just spoke at me about AI, about how I do everything wrong. And the one sentence that I try to say, he cut me off, told me that I said it wrong, that I should change my words, and then spoke the rest of the fucking trip at me. And I was just sitting there like, yep. I could barely get a yep out. Anyways, we got to the pub and he was on his phone. We ended up sharing a pizza. I had 2 pieces. Bodhi met us at the pub because it was so fucking late. And yeah, Bodhi had a slice of pizza and he had the rest. On the trip home, we were talking and he was spilling some shit that I kind of turned off at. He asked me when Bodhi goes to school. I need to quickly say also, he was pretty good with Bodhi. I'll give him that. But yeah, he asked me, when does Bodhi go to school? And he goes, oh, next year. And he goes, how old do they go to school now? I said, he will be 4, but if he was born earlier in the year, he would have started school at this year when he was 3. And I think that's mental. And what I think is even crazier is that, like, when they start high school, like, there will be 11-year-olds in that high school as well as 18-year-olds. And I don't know, that just doesn't sit well for me. And I went to, like, have an interesting conversation on my views on that, and he cut me off. And he's like, yeah, well, that's the way of the world. It's not like they're not going to be exposed to everything anyway. Like, kids are growing up quicker these days because of social media and everything. And I said, yeah, I agree, but, like, I won't be having my kid exposed to social media at 11. And he was like, oh, well, then you're going to hold him back. And he started talking and for like half an hour just dribbling shit about how I'm a bad mum because I don't want to give my kid social media before he's 11. Like, shut the fuck up. And then he went on to say, oh, it's just like women these days. Started some Andrew Tate bullshit. Anyways, women these days, men want to provide for their women, but women, like, have got to the stage in like their lives where they can work and do everything and they don't need a man. But so why would a man want to do anything for a woman when she can do it herself? And they call that male toxicity. And I was like, that is male toxicity. And he goes, no, that's feminine toxicity. Women aren't even feminine anymore because they fucking work and, like, support themselves. And I was like, yeah, like, we've learned over the years that if we can become self-sufficient, we have more options. We don't have to stay in domestic violent relationships. We don't have to be in awful situations just to survive. Like, we can be our own people. And he goes, oh, fucking DV, here we go. You know what? Women can make any bullshit claim they want. And when I went to the cop station, I fucking went with, like, bruises and scratches and like blood lips, and the cops just shooed me away. I said, yeah, that's your story. I've got the same story. I went to the cop shop and, like, with handprints around my neck, and I got shooed away. Well, actually, I got put in hospital.
Again, this behaviour from Keegan is not shocking by any means. Due to what Mariah said earlier about Keegan, you know, being a fan of Andrew Tate and Keegan's violent past towards women, for him to do all of this in front of a child is absolutely crazy work. Like, shut your mouth, put a sock in it. Like, why? Why can't men shut the fuck up for 5 minutes? Especially those that love men with a microphone, you know? The ones that feel like their opinions and what they have to say is so important. So important, in fact. You have to make everybody uncomfortable, including a child that's sitting behind you. Like, can you not have a day off from your bullshit? No? You're that important? Please. Even if Mariah's son was not in the car here, it's still very, very icky behaviour. Again, have a fucking day off. So then Mariah continues in part 4 of this saga. Yeah, Part 4, this is when shit officially hit the fan. You've seen the build up, now here's the fallout.
He goes, this is why you can't communicate. You don't know how to communicate. You don't listen. You don't hear me. You just make it about yourself. And I'm like, oh my God, like that's not the case at all. Like that's you dictate. And he goes, I don't fucking dictate. Anyways, we should stop talking. And I fucking lost it. I was like, no fucking way. You've spoken over the top of me. You've like told me how to speak, what to say. I haven't been able to get fucking sentences. You either don't talk to me at all or you talk at me. You dictate to me. And like, if I don't agree with you, you say that I'm not listening to you and that I can't communicate. Like, I have a different opinion to you. That doesn't mean I didn't hear you. That's how I can have a different opinion to you. Because I fucking listened. I was like, this is absolute fucking bullshit, mate. Why the fuck have I paid for you to come here? You should pay me back. You should pay me back because I'm not getting a tattoo from you. The design you made is fucking ridiculous. Nothing like I asked. And 2, you're not even good company. Like, I'm not enjoying having you here because you just talk at me or not at all. He was like, I don't want to talk, didn't want to talk to you today because of what happened yesterday. And I was like, because I didn't want to go to the casino. I told you I didn't want to go to the casino.
Oh my Lord, the stress. Is anyone else just incredibly stressed out and irritated by this whole situation? Like, I was watching this, I was just like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Do feel like I have to remind you though, and stress, because I had to remind myself multiple times while watching this, that Mariah is dealing with a professional grifter here. So no matter how you feel about the choices that she has made to lead her up into this situation, you know, she's under the spell of someone that she has admired for a very long time and what have you. And she also has to be incredibly careful of what she says and does, due to the fact that Keegan does have a violent past. Mariah also has her child with her. She has to do what she can to keep herself and her child safe. And if that means just, you know, being kind of reserved and trying not to create too much of a fuss to protect herself, because Lord only knows what men like Keegan can do. Like, he's already hit a woman, you know, like what else has he done that hasn't come to light or what have you. Men like Keegan have no limits whatsoever, you know. It's very easy for all of us to say, well, I would do this or I would do that, but until you're in those shoes, you really don't know, right? Like, I know it's very hard to try and keep our opinions to ourselves, but yeah, anyway. However, Mariah's son did Mariah a solid with this.
And then Bodhi projectile vomited on the back of his headrest. It was beautiful. I mean, my poor son was not having a great time, but neither was this man. This man was like dry heaving. It was great. We still had 15 minutes to get home. It was poetic justice.
I'm as emetophobic as they come, but even to me, this shit is hilarious. I feel like Karma worked very, very quickly here, and I applaud her. Well done, Karma. Well done. I hope Mariah can someday tell her son the severity of what was going on, because as a child he may not really understand what's going on, but I hope one day Mariah can give her son a high five and be like, once upon a time, son, I was in a car with a horrible man and you threw up all over him. It was great. High five.
Now it's the next day. I've taken the day off work because I don't really want this man in my house, and he's got work like in my house alone. I've just got to go to the shops now, and I wanted to update this because I needed to get it off my chest. If he ever gets out of his room and wakes up, I'm going to say to him, look, if you've got money, I'd like you to transfer the money into my account today. If not, you should pack up your stuff and leave right now. It makes me sick to think of that, because I would never kick somebody out to the streets. Oh, and another thing, he bangs on about the fact that he was homeless and living on the streets of Victoria for like, and he makes out like it was like a lifetime, and I related like that. I was like, yeah, I lived on the streets for a really long time. It was a really hard time of my life, and I'm really proud of how far I've come from the shitty mistakes that I made and what have you. And he like slipped last night that he stayed on the streets of Victoria for like 2 nights. And I can fucking get why the people that he was staying with kicked him the fuck out. Anyways, if he pays me back for the flights today, I will let him stay in the spare room. Like, I don't want anyone to be on the streets. I don't even want to kick him out on the streets even if he doesn't pay me back. Like, I just feel kind of sick about it. But also, fuck this guy. He's a cunt.
Oh boy, Mariah is definitely way nicer than I am, that's for sure. It seems like she really does have such a kind, sweet heart. Like, even though this man is being so disgusting around her and her son, she's still thinking, oh, but like, I don't really want to put him out on the streets. Like, he's doesn't know anyone here kind of thing. Like, he's all alone. Yeah. The heart of an angel, honestly. And I know a lot of people are like, well, I'll just kick him out. I don't care. But again, you have to remember that Keegan is a volatile person. He's, you know, violent, can be violent. He doesn't shut the fuck up about shit. So having that conversation of, hey, so I don't want you to stay here anymore. You're kind of making me uncomfortable, could again put Mariah in danger. Like, you don't know how this man is going to react, right? Mariah essentially could have been trapped in this house with him for however long should he start to create a fuss and be like, yo, no, you'll let me stay here for however long. Like, it's yeah, it's kind of scary if you really think about, you know, how dark this actually is. Luckily though, this wasn't the case for Mariah.
So I just got home and he's gone. Like, all of his stuff is gone. He's gone. I wonder if I'm going to be able to get my money back, huh? Unlikely.
To block her is crazy work. What the fuck? I mean, honestly, good riddance. He did Mariah a massive favour by, you know, evacuating himself from Mariah's house. Like, thank God. But no goodbye, no thank you, no nothing. Unwell behaviour. Like, who freaking raised you, raccoons? Like, you can't just... That's just so incredibly rude.
I just got off the phone to NAB, the fraud team. This is where I get a bit stupider. And I'm going to say I was starstruck and just stupid. So stupid. So like a few weeks ago, they called me and said, hey, you transferred money to Keegan. That's suspicious. Why are you doing that? His bank had flagged my bank and told them, like, be careful because he's been done for fraud before. And I was like, nah, I've followed him for like a decade. He's got the blue tick. I've been talking to him. I FaceTime him for like a month now. We're all good. We're all good. He's staying here. He's staying here. Like, it's all good. It's for a tattoo. And they're like, are you sure? Are you sure? And I was like, yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure. I'm an idiot. That's what I'm sure of now. I'm a fucking idiot. So anyways, I just called them up and I was like, yeah, so you guys called me and I got conned. And I told them the whole thing, the whole story, and they're like, wow. I was like, yeah, I know. Wow. And the guy on the phone was like, actually, like, I would fall for the same thing. I was like, that makes me feel a little bit better, but yeah, no, I still feel like a fucking idiot. And he also advised me that I need to go to the police. So I'm going to go do that. I'm going to go to the cop shop now. I don't really want to, but I'm going to. Yeah. I'm going to go do that.
Again, Mariah could have been in some potentially very dangerous situations here. So I'm trying to be nice. Okay, I'm trying to see her side of things. I'm very much trying. But like the reputation, the article about the abusiveness, the Andrew Tate fanboy behaviour, the fraud, Mariah, baby, what are you doing? Mariah. Again, some people are more susceptible to this kind of thing. It happens. Like, how many documentaries are there on Netflix about how people get scammed, how people fall for people and their bullshit? You know, like, people sometimes can't see the red flags, or they choose to ignore them because what the scammer is promising them is so bright and shiny and wonderful. Who cares what it takes to get there, right? So Keegan was offering large leg tattoos for free. All Mariah had to do was, you know, pay for the airfare, accommodate him. His flights and all of this would have probably been way cheaper than, you know, how much he charges for humongous leg tattoos, okay? Like, you're talking probably thousands here. So in Mariah's mind, that's such a great deal, right? Like, she's saving money and she doesn't have to travel far. Like, there is a lot of bonuses here. So again, I can kind of see why she was kind of adamant of this happening and ignoring all the red flags. Like, I'm honestly so glad that this was a brief visit and Mariah didn't get tattooed by him. While yes, she spent money on this grifter flying him out to her, I feel like this situation would have been a lot worse if she had a permanent reminder of this situation from Keegan. I'm also glad that this didn't go totally sour. Like, again, this could have been so much worse. Mariah was basically in danger this whole time, and I'm just glad it didn't turn violent or anyone was seriously harmed. That being said, Keegan has also broken the law once more. Under section 154 of the Australian Consumer Law, it's an offence under the ACL to offer a rebate, gift, prize or other free item with the intention of not providing it in connection to a competition. Therefore, if you advertise a promotion, you cannot then cancel this promotion, for example, due to low number of entries, as you are under an obligation under the ACL to provide the prize once the promotion is advertised. Keegan didn't do the tattoo. Mariah didn't win her prize. Yikes. Now here I come to deliver not so more shocking news. Like I said, Keegan has a reputation of being a terrible person, and you don't get a reputation by doing something just once, do you? No, like, it's multiple things that give you a reputation for the most part. Since coming forward with her story, Mariah has been sent a lot of DMs on social media of people being like, hey, I've had this experience with Keegan, I've had that experience with Keegan. There's this TikTok of screenshots of someone saying how filthy the place they got tattooed at was and how they got unwell from it and how Keegan messed them about, and oh my lord, it's so much. There's this picture TikTok that Mariah uploaded of a message screenshot that she was sent. Someone said to Keegan, I've decided to cancel it altogether. The deposit and rescheduling process has become a bit too complex for me. And after thinking it over, I'd rather not go through with it. The price changes are all too much. I really appreciate the time you've spent on the design. Thank you for your effort. I understand that the $300 deposit is put down in cases like this, and I know that is for you to keep. I was very much looking forward to this as well, but I feel I cannot deny that I feel very overwhelmed and pressured. Again, thank you for your efforts. Okay, can you please pay the remaining $1,000? If not, I just pass these on to the lawyer and they ask for all the sessions, which would have been a minimum of 3 times $1,400, which is $4,200. I've won every, I don't know what the word in the middle there is going to be, I'm guessing maybe case. They've put forward, this is just the business. No! A tattoo artist should not be asking you to pay $1,000 for a tattoo that you are not going to get. Yes, if you cancel with like not much notice, they have every right to keep that deposit. Fine, we can forgo that $300, whatever, boo. But to ask for the $1,000 for something that this person is not going to get is absolutely insane. And now we can see where Keegan is getting his money from. It's from threatening lawsuits for $1,000. Grifter. Disgusting behaviour. Then Mariah posts another screenshot on TikTok and we have another report. Now, just so you guys know, I make sure I have permission to post the victims before I do, and I remove the name. Sometimes they tell me so I don't feel alone, but they don't want me to share their story just in case he figures out who they are. Some of the shit I have read, I count myself lucky. I put my family in a terrifying situation and I was so naive and stupid and the gods were looking down on me. But now I have the power to make the noise, so I won't stop. And this is kind of why I'm here making this video, because I want to amplify Mariah's, you know, story and really get it out there, so people don't fall for Keegan's bullshit and any other tattoo artist that behaves like him. Like, he's not the only one. Sadly, the tattoo industry is rife with them. It's mainly because it's such an unregulated industry. Like, nobody really holds anyone accountable throughout the tattoo industry. You know, his friends will rally around him and protect him. We call this the boys club. It's disgusting. And yeah, anyway, so this screenshot that Mariah posted up says, I brought a print off of him. All up, I paid just over $200. I waited for months for it to arrive, and when I finally said that my next reach out would be public, did I get a response? He tried the Sun story first, which I'm not sure what that is, then shifted blame to his assistant and then tried to twist it back on me. A week later, he shared on his Instagram the print. It was framed and in the hands of someone else. He's basically just taking $100 here, $200 there, $300 here, trying to get $1,000 there. And it doesn't end there, honey. Oh, no. Someone else has come forward with their story about Keegan and how Keegan has scammed her. So the Instagram account is Rocking Pixie. I'm just going to call her Pixie for this video. I believe she's told the majority of her stories through TikTok Live. So that's already like been broadcasted. I've never really used TikTok Live per se. Like, I've watched a few TikTok Lives here and there, but I don't really know how it works. I believe with a live stream on TikTok, once it's, you know, done, you can't really go and find it and save it unless someone's been screen recording it or something. I don't know.
Hey guys, so I've been banned for 24 hours going live on TikTok because of this guy. His friends have been reporting my lives. I've been going online to try and spread awareness to people in Australia to avoid him like the plague, only because of the way that he has treated women in the past and women even now to this day. He has not changed. He has not changed, and he's posing as a mindset coach. He thinks he's a coach, and he probably got his certificate from the toilet in jail for all I care.
In one TikTok, Pixie said, exposing Keegan Sweeney, I paid $1,600 to a man named Keegan Sweeney who claimed to be a private tattooist and designer. I got nothing in return. No tattoo, no logo, no refund. Instead, I was gaslit, lied to, and made out to be crazy. Now I've connected with another victim. We're going live tonight at 8:30 p.m. to speak out, and I believe that other victim may have actually been Mariah. I think they kind of banded together, which is yes, girl power. Let's take these men down. This man has a criminal history, he admits to. He had a chance to change, but instead he's repeating patterns of manipulation and control. He's using fake business fronts and AI art to scam people under the label of entrepreneur. Enough is enough. We're done being silent. Follow and tune in. If you're working with someone privately, whether it's for art, tattoos, or business, please do your research, trust your gut, and if something feels off, speak up. I'm sharing this because I believe in mental health advocacy, accountability, and protecting vulnerable people from harm. You're not alone if you've been manipulated, used, or scammed. Your voice matters, which I fully stand by. And then in another TikTok caption, she said, okay, so here's what happened. I got scammed by a guy named Keegan Sweeney. He was posing as a homeless tattoo artist, just trying to get back on his feet. I wanted to support him. I believed his story. I even gave him $1,600 to create a logo for my business, thinking I was helping someone do what they love and build a life, which is so incredibly sweet. Like, you can tell Pixie and Mariah are such sweethearts, and they really have been taken advantage of here. And oh boy, time's up, Keegan, time is up. But the logo, it was AI generated. This is why I'm saying AI generated stuff is such horseshit, because Keegan essentially made $1,600 by typing a few prompts into AI what, that takes 30 seconds. Imagine earning $1,600 for 30 seconds of work. When I asked for changes, he gaslit me. I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to change an AI design without, you know, retyping in, you know, that, such hard work. When I asked for a refund or even just an invoice, he blocked me. He loves to block people. He gets what he wants and then he blocks people. Insane. No professionalism, no accountability. Since I shared my experience, so many people have come to me with similar stories, people he's manipulated, taken advantage of, and silenced. But they're finally speaking up because they know I'm safe. I'm not here to shame. Now, of course, Keegan did get wind of the controversy that is happening about him on TikTok, and he is on the defense. He uploaded an Instagram reel with the caption, "The more you grow and try to achieve and do well in this life, the more that people will try and bring you down. Keegan, babe, you're not that popular. I would pipe down if I was you. This is quite embarrassing." Oh, fuck me off. The ego on this is insane. I just wish these people well. I'd rather see them focus on their own lives now. That better before attacking others. Everyone deserves a good life, but most don't want to put in the work, so it's easier to spread hate. Only love over here. I mean, God.
As so many of you know that have followed me for many, many years now, I've gone through so much, so many trials, tribulations and shit and fucking everything that got blasted online years ago. I mean, we're talking 6 years ago or something now. So much work done on myself, continue to travel, continue to grow, learn as a person, you know, coaching, getting coached. Fuck man, life's good.
6 years ago and here we are again. Have you learned nothing?
The more that someone succeeds or tries to do good in this world, you know, if there's anything from your past, they're gonna dig it. They're gonna fucking try to use it as firepower.
Because Keegan, you are still doing it. You are still up to no good. If Keegan had truly changed, he wouldn't have to do this Instagram reel because he'd be minding his own business, doing whatever it is that he says he is doing. He would be getting called out for shitty behaviour. He says that he's, you know, out here doing life coaching things, trying to help people. But that's not what you're doing. You're out here ripping people off. Like, come off of it. If you fuck around, you're gonna find out. Also, with him saying this,
the more that someone succeeds or tries to do good in this world
is such a manipulative tactic because he's basically putting the story out there that anyone that speaks out against him is basically jealous and is doing this to, you know, poo on his parade, essentially. It's so freaking gross, but I can see right through it. This isn't the first time a tattoo artist has spun this narrative of, I was so successful, these people are just jealous, they're trying to tear me down. And it's just like, no, you're just a pile of shit. It's got nothing to do with your 17k followers on Instagram, honey. Okay, like, calm down.
The funniest part I find is, like, if you're okay with who you are and you know what you're about and what you do, like, it doesn't affect you. You know, I've paid my fucking dues. I know what is my part. I'm not proud of my past. Who is? What I'm proud of is the man I am today. I'm proud of the work that I do.
You're proud of the fact that you're still a terrible human being. Wow, okay. That's bold. That's incredibly bold. Okay, cool. Yeah.
Because happy people don't try to tear other people down. And every time that people do this stuff, I get more followers. I booked 3 more clients this week from other people hating on me because of people that weren't aware of who I was and what I do, but from these people spreading some hate online, it's brought more attention. I get these inboxes going, what are these people doing? It looks silly. And then they end up booking. So it's like, you know, they think they're hating on people. They actually just help them promote you. So
I guarantee that those 3 measly bookings, okay, were from Andrew Tate fanboys. Because for whatever reason, those scummy little people just love to support each other. It's like a little buzzy bee cult. Do you know what I mean? They all buzz around together and they're all like, oh, Andrew Tate, you like Andrew Tate? Oh yeah, so well, I want to support you. They all just want to support each other with their dense as fuck minds. Like, it's like a radar. They just know. But yeah, bravo, Keegan. 3 people. 3 people. Woohoo! Yeah! You got 3 bookings off of 2 people thus far talking about you on social media. An app, by the way, that has so many users, that has so many people viewing stories like this all the time, and you're celebrating 3. Do you know how many bookings popular tattoo artists get when they post up a TikTok? People's books book out months in advance. Months, because they get hundreds of people inquiring. 3.
If anyone's out there or faces battles or, you know, this stuff's just water off a duck's back for me now. It's just so easy to deal with because I got massive goals, massive goals. 5-10 year goals.
Yes, well, we'll see how that goes after this video now, won't we?
And like, the more I do it, the more I know this stuff will come. I know that when I get on podcasts, this stuff is going to get brought up.
Another white male with a microphone. Because yes, we need more of those, don't we? Fucking hell, get me out.
I just spread love, no room for hate. Fuck that. It's fucking pointless. It's absolute pointless. It's wasted energy. You know, live your life.
Bold words from someone who is threatening women who have come forward with their stories. Just telling, you know, social media what has happened to them because of you. Mariah uploaded this photo TikTok of a screenshot of a message from Keegan that says, please keep it going. Booked 3 clients this week from it. He's so proud of those 3 clients. It's so embarrassing. And police officer has everything so far from both of you. Spread hate will only affect your own self. I'm happy over here. Wish you all the best and hope you find happiness in yourself. Everyone deserves that. It's actually so bold that he has taken this to, you know, law enforcement. Because it will take them, I don't know, depending on how busy they are, but it won't take them long to realise that, Keegan, you're the problem. You've broken the law with this whole competition scam, by the way, and you're ripping people off of money. Like, you just basically told on yourself. Nice one. The trash takes itself out. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so that is it for today's video. This is all that's pretty much happened while I'm filming this right now. If there is any updates, I will put them in here now. Okay, so as predicted, there is of course some updates to this story. So the next portion will be voiceover. I do apologize, but it's the quickest way I can get this video, you know, edited and uploaded and what have you. So Mariah uploaded this TikTok of some footage of Keegan's tattoo work and how he kind of advertises himself. When in reality, his work looks like this up close. Oh my god. Ariel De Jesus called. She wants her line work back. I mean, for someone that specialises in line work, symmetry, black work, the quality of these tattoos is absolutely abysmal. Nothing is even, nothing is symmetrical. Again, line work is so terrible. It's blown out in places. Honestly, Mariah dodged being scarred for life with something atrocious. Not only has Mariah been trying to make awareness on TikTok, she's been trying to make awareness in local Facebook groups, which is a fantastic idea because it obviously really hits the people that will be affected. And yeah, she's basically being told that she's looking for fame and she's trying to ruin someone's business. And again, Mariah has been posting screenshots and evidence of everything that has been happening to her. I've myself looked through them. I haven't, you know, put everything within this video that she has been posting because again, it's a very long video otherwise. Another update is that Keegan is still on his egotistical bullshit.
Hey, so I just got a text message from Keegan and he just wanted to say thanks for the support. And I just wanted to do the same. So thank you guys for bringing so much attention to this toss pot. These are my stats.
I love how Mariah's just like, oh, that's how social media is going for you right now. Well, this is how it's going for me. And to be honest, I could put my dick on the table right now and put up my stats, but I can't be arsed with all of that, right? But yeah, Keegan's behaviour is just so embarrassing. Like, imagine screenshotting your stats and the numbers aren't even high, you know? Like, I'm embarrassed for him. Like, oh my god. And please, people watching this right now, don't go to his profile, don't interact with him, because it's obviously what he wants. It's feeding his ego so much, and I probably am adding to the problem doing this video, but again, I'm doing this for awareness and spreading this story so nobody gets scammed by this arsehole again. So yeah, Keegan, your numbers may go up, but it's probably people just going to your profile to block you. Don't get your hopes up that someone with 200k subscribers on YouTube is, you know, promoting you. Mariah has also uploaded some videos talking about the situation and a few updates here and there, and they're quite long again, so I'm gonna cut them down and put them in here. I highly recommend that you do go and check out her TikTok page so you can see literally every inch of the story.
Alright, so I'm off to the cop shop. So as I thought, there's not much that they can't do anything. They said you've been scammed. That's out of our realms. Try consumer protection. So I'm going to go home and I'm going to give consumer protection a call. So I just got off the phone to Consumer Affairs and they said, yeah, we can help you. This will probably be escalated to ScamNet. However, just fill out this form and we'll get the process rolling. Also, this bozo sued his ex that he beat up for defamation and slander. And he won. What a fucking scumbag. Does it feel good that you scammed a single mum? That you took advantage of me? Because I was a long-term fan. You stole my money, you cunt. You pathetic little man. Oh my God, there is someone else. She just reached out to me. Like, I haven't even posted my video, my first part 1 on this yet. And she reached out to me. He does these little tattoo giveaway competitions and scams people. How the fuck? He just scams people by telling him that he's going to give them a discounted or a free tattoo and then gets money out of them. Like, I don't know why I'm so surprised. I guess I just feel somewhat relieved. In a way, I guess. But also, like, I'm shaking because I'm like, fuck, how is this still happening? As promised, the woman who contacted me and gave me so much information, you want to know more about this drop kick, follow her because she's done the hard yards. She's done the hard yards and found out a fuck ton. You've probably already seen our lives. When I sent him a video saying, hey, Nab just contacted me, like saying that your bank flagged my bank that you're a fraud, like this transaction's fraudulent. And they asked me if I'd met you. I said no. But like I'm talking to you and stuff like that. What's that about? Like, and he goes, yeah, that's because of that chick who said that I didn't create her a logo or whatever, but I created her. And even her husband told me that she was a manic crazy person and apologized on her behalf.
No, he actually demanded that he pay back the money in the end.
So I lost the battle of trying to get my money back. This is kind of the outcome that I expected. Yeah, I'm disappointed. Like, there's no way to say it. Like, I'm not disappointed. Of course I'm disappointed, but I have made peace with the fact that I lost my tattoo fund and I'm starting all over again. I mainly feel guilty because, like, that money should have belonged to my current tattooist, Jake, because he's fucking amazing and he gets me and he's fun to be around and I never should have strayed. Never should have strayed. And also it's my punishment. Like, losing that money is my punishment for letting someone like that around my kid. So I make peace with that. I'll learn from this. I might still go seek some legal consult from the community house that's near me that gives out free legal advice. So I might go talk to them on Monday and just get some information out of them also. But my main concern, and I've said this a lot throughout this week, but my main concern is to make sure that no one else gets suckered by him again. Like, he's just a scam artist.
So that's pretty much it for the updates. I will for sure leave a link down below to Mariah's TikTok because by the time I have, rendered this video, uploaded it, there's probably going to be more things that come out or what have you. But yeah, it's very obvious that Mariah is fully beating herself up over this and she takes full accountability for her choices. But again, we can't blame her 100% because scammers, they're just dirty people and they will do and say anything to get what they want. It just makes me incredibly infuriated that you know, the scammers everywhere within every industry. It just really sucks that it's in the tattoo industry as well, you know, like the tattoo world is such a great, well, it can be a great community. There's just no space for absolute sleazeballs like Keegan. Like, get the fuck out. Like, go away. I also want to say, while I'm voice recording, editing right now, I have checked Pixie's TikTok page and there is no new videos or updates when it comes to her story. But I will for sure, again, leave a link down below to her TikTok so you can go and check it out. So yeah, let's get back to what I video recorded. And yeah, I think we can all learn a little something from this story. Do your research on who you are about to get tattooed by, scour through their social media, check places like Reddit, or just, you know, Google their name to see if any articles come up or anything. Again, you don't have to do like full background checks. It shouldn't have to be like that, but just in case the tattoo artist that you are thinking about going to has like a pretty dodgy reputation or whatever, or they support someone that you may not want to support as well, you know, the whole Andrew Tate situation, you know, like some people don't care about stuff like that, but if you do care, it's obviously very important that you do look into it. Be careful who you send money to as well, and if you want my advice, don't be flying out tattoo artists and letting them stay in your house, especially if you don't know them very well. Obviously, if it's your friend that's a tattoo artist, then you do you, boo, like, you know them. But if you've never really like met before, or yeah, I don't know, just be safe out there, okay? Yeah, you just never know the intentions that these people have, especially with someone like Keegan. Again, this could have been so much worse for Mariah and Pixie. Like, well, yeah, Pixie's lost out on a lot of money, but, you know, like, Mariah could have been seriously harmed. You know, it's very, very terrifying. Anyway, I'm gonna go now, so I just want to say thank you very much for being here and hanging out with me for a little while, or a long while. This video is long. I appreciate you all so, so much, and until my next video, bye!